Joining me now to talk about Art in the Yard pop-up show and sale is Brenda Clarke. She's a local artist here in Brockville, and she's brought in some beautiful art that we're going to be talking about. Brenda, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Doreen, for having me.
When is this? Art in the Yard, Yard in the Yard, Art in the Yard.
Art in the Yard.
Art in the Yard. Yes.
I know it's a mouthful.
So excited.
It's okay. It's a mouthful.
Whoa.
Saturday, June 4th.
Yes.
Is the official day. Rain date would be the Sunday,
Okay.
June 5th. So we only do it one day, and it's from 11 till 3. And it's pretty much in a really central location.
So people can walk?
Absolutely. You can walk.
Good.
Absolutely.
Good. Now, this is definitely outdoor because you mentioned rain.
Mm-hmm.
So people are coming into your yard because in the title it's
it's a pop-up show.
Yeah.
And initially, Doreen, we started this, and you've been so gracious to host us in the past on your show, is because during COVID, we were really in lockdown and we weren't able to do a lot of shows indoors. And in 2020, in June, the National Arts Drive, which was a national project, actually did a drive-by art show. So a number of us in Brockville decided that we were going to participate. And it was so well received by the community that Lance Bechara and I, who's one of the local artists, we decided that we were going to continue it.
Which I think is wonderful. Yeah. Why not?
And you know what? It's great. We can host a number of local artists right in our yard, and it's really easy to kind of put together and, you know, hang some art, put out some tables, and it's a lot of fun for everybody. And you're not having to have people into your home, especially with the restrictions with COVID. So yeah, it's great.
Oh, I love it. I think it's just an awesome idea that you and Lance have continued to do this.
Yeah.
And it's our pleasure to be able to have you in here today to talk about this. So how many artists are actually going to be showing their work?
There's going to be 12 of us. And in the past, we've had a few more, but with things opening up, we've had a number of people who, believe it or not, have surgeries scheduled.
Yes.
So of course they're not going to give that up, but hopefully in the fall we'll have a full complement back again. So there's 12 artists, and we've got a bit of a variety. So it's not just paintings.
Yes.
We, as you can see on the table, Lance Bechara is a local word turner, and he's actually he does teach as well.
Yes.
And he's an incredible artisan. And we've got a couple of pottery pieces, and the one on the far right that you're pointing to is from Riverbank Studio, and Mary Mansworth actually made that vase. It's beautiful.
It is.
And the one next to it is Ed Vanderbairn, and Ed, a lot of people know Ed and his work as well. And all of the local potters do a lot of functional art, so vases, mugs, platters, bowls, but they also do decorative pieces as well. So if you're looking for something functional, that's great. But if you want something that's more decorative, they have a lot to choose from.
And our painting?
The painting is from local artist Pat Markovich, and Pat is very diverse in her work. She does alcohol ink on tile, which are beautiful. This is an oil painting that she does. So she does a lot of local scenes, and her alcohol inks are just incredible. She is a master at those. And alcohol ink, I know you're going to ask.
I've never heard of it.
Well, alcohol ink is actually pigment that is suspended within alcohol, and it truly has a mind of its own. So it's very liquid, and the way to manipulate it is you use actual alcohol to activate it. And it dries very, very quickly. So a lot of times you use it on ceramic tiles or on Yupo, which is a special type of paper that you can apply it on. And the great thing about alcohol ink is if you don't like it, you just take alcohol and you can wipe it off. I know, and start over. Because I'll tell you, it does have a mind of its own, but that's the fun with it, right? You can really play around with it. So Pat does an incredible job. But this is one of her oil paintings, and it is, of course, a local river scene. So
well, yes, I mean, why not, eh?
Yeah.
So the day of the event, can people actually purchase the items and walk away with them?
Absolutely.
Good.
The majority of artists take Square, so they will be able to take Interact and the major credit cards, and all of us are set up for e-transfers as well. So people can e-transfer us, and everything is portable. And we have a number of our helpers, mostly our husbands, who will actually help to wrap things up and pop them in your car. So yeah, but you know what? Do we want people to come out and potentially purchase? Absolutely. But you know, at the end of the day, it's about celebrating the arts and our local artists and artisans. So we really, really love when people come out and just say hi and see the talented people that we have, because trust me, this region has an incredible, as you know, Doreen, incredible amount of local talent. So
yes, indeed.
So please don't feel like pressured that you have to come and purchase. Just come on out and say hi and get to meet the local artists and
ask questions.
Absolutely. You know, we love talking about our craft.
Yes.
And especially, you know, people like Lance and Ed Vanderbaren and the Potters love to tell you what's behind it and how they've evolved over the years.
Any artist, there's always a story, and
always.
So you know, ask any artist. Now we also have some other paintings. Would you please tell us a little bit about those?
There's 3 other paintings. One actually is painted on a 57-inch paddle. And there's going to be a number of those by Marilyn Ferguson, and I will have a few myself. Okay. And they're kind of a unique gift. So if anybody's thinking about anything for Father's Day, they're kind of a really neat gift, and they fit nicely on a really narrow wall or over a mantle. Some people actually have put them above their cupboards in the kitchen. So there's really, you know, a lot of little places that you can put them in. Yes. And then one of the painting is actually a sunset painting, and it is by Marilyn Ferguson, and Marilyn works mostly in acrylic and oil. And she is an incredible talent and really can capture the scene in a great detail, almost photorealistic. But she also does a lot where it's a bit impressionistic and almost a Tom Thompson or Group of 7 type painting. And then the other painting, which is a little island, that's one of my paintings. And that was inspired by a photograph that I took last year when we were out and about traveling in our camping adventures in Ontario. So yeah, as you know, Doreen, that's a passion of ours. Thank you so much.
How do you choose, as an artist, how do you choose from a photograph or any scene? How do you say, yeah, like I want to do that one? Like how?
Well, just kind of what you described.
Really?
I take tons of photos, and so does my husband. He's an incredible photographer as well. And sometimes there's just that one sometimes that is, oh my God, I really want to paint that. Okay. But other times I will see 2 or 3 photos that I've taken, and I may like the water in one, and I might like a tree in another one, and I might like the sky in something else. So it's a combination of maybe 2 or 3 different photos, but it's usually something that inspires you. And I think when you speak to the majority of artists, it's difficult to paint something that isn't yours. So if you've not taken the photo, it can be a challenge because you don't have that memory to kind of fall back on.
You're not invested in it.
Yeah. You know, and that's why sometimes it's difficult to do a commission. And sometimes commissions can be great if you really love that photo, and other times it can be a bit of a challenge if it's something that you're you know, it may not resonate with you, but.
Yeah. So can we talk a little bit about the locations of these artists?
Well, Pineview Road and Jessie Street, which is only a couple of blocks away. So we've got a number of locations on Pineview where every time we do this, we seem to, you know, take over the neighborhood, but our neighbors love it. They're offering up their yards all the time.
That's cute.
So we've got number 5 Pineview is Riverbank Pottery Studio, and number 9 is going to be Ed Vanderbeeren with his pottery. And on my property, we've got Pat Markovich, myself, and Marilyn Ferguson. And at number 15 will be Lance Bechara with his wood turning. And then on Jessie Street, we have Sue Brown and Sylvia Shackles. And people may know about who Sylvia Shackles is. She's married to Bob Shackles, who again is an incredible artist. And Sylvia does quilts. I wish I had one of hers here, but you really have to see them. They're beautiful. And Sue Brown does pottery, but she uses a lot of driftwood and different things with hers as well. So again, she does have functional pottery, but she has a lot of really unique decorative pieces. So, you know, if you get a chance, it's really walkable. You can go from Jessie Street up to Hartley and up to Pineview Road, or the other way around down on King Street. So we're kind of all, you know, all in the same location, or close anyways.
Close by. Okay, speaking of COVID, we were talking earlier before we went on camera. Should people be wearing a mask during their walkabout?
It is outdoors. What we are asking is that you follow whatever guidelines are in place at that time. And if you're comfortable wearing a mask, please do. We will have masks available as well as hand sanitizer.
Yes.
What we are asking though is that you still adhere to some distancing. We're not under regulations now for that, but please feel free to wear a mask if you wish. And like I said, we'll have them available too. So, and hand sanitizer.
Is there anything else that you would like to add to this conversation that we're having that I haven't touched on?
I think the biggest thing is just for people to come on out and say hi and see the incredible work. And again, ask questions, because we really like to share what we do. And we also want to say thanks to, like, this is the 5th show that we've done. So we also want to, all of us, you know, want to say thank you to everybody who has come out in the past and who have supported the arts, whether they've purchased a piece or just come out and joined us that day for a short period of time.
Yes.
So
that's what it's all about.
It is.
Yeah,
that's what it's all about.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Doreen,
for coming by and bringing these wonderful, wonderful pieces of art.
Thank you so much.